Hi there. Here are my top 5 leadership quotes of all time. Top 5 leadership quotes of all time. The first is by a man that I guess you may be familiar with. His name is Nelson Mandela. He says, "For a great leader, in times of victory, lead from behind. Let your subordinates enjoy the shine, enjoy the glory. Lead from behind. But in times of danger, lead from the front." I love that. I really, really love that. I want to take it once again. For a great leader, in times of victory, lead from behind, but in times of danger, lead from the front. So that's from Nelson Mandela. So whenever you score a great achievement, let's say you break a record in sales, you break a record in profits, any record in your industry, hype your subordinates. It's teamwork that makes the dream work, according to John Maxwell. But in times of danger, you know what? Don't pass the buck, lead from the front, take responsibility and lead by example. All right, the second major quote, hi there. Would you like to break limiting patterns in your life? Would you like to discontinue habits and build new habits? Would you like to have a positive mindset? Would you like to increase your proactivity, stop procrastination, strengthen your willpower? I'm facilitating a class on reprogramming the subconscious and building discipline. In those 2 classes, you'll be able to find the tools, necessary tools, to achieve these things and make these things possible. You see, I'm a testimony to the things I'm going to be teaching at these programs. I was able to use some of these tools to beat depression. I overcame suicidal thoughts and tendencies using these tools. I've been able to form new habits and build an amazing pattern of achieving great things in my life. Now, I was able to use some of these tools to memorize 14 books of the Bible. I was able to use some of these tools to overcome my addiction to football, to overcome an addiction to sugar and carbonated soft drinks. And I'm inviting you to take part in this training. In this training, you will learn these tools and you'll be able to create the life you want. Scan the link in the description and I look forward to seeing you. Do have an amazing day and bye for now. Great leadership quote is from a man called Jack Weatherford. Jack Weatherford says that if you cannot swallow your pride, you cannot lead. Even the highest mountains have animals that step on them. Hi! Wow, toes are here. I love this quote. I need to say it again. He says, if you cannot swallow your pride, you cannot lead. Even the highest mountains have animals that step on them. So that's from Jack Weatherford, and I love that. Great leaders know how to swallow their pride. Let me use Abraham Lincoln as a case study. Abraham Lincoln was going to go to war, and one of his ministers said, "Man, this man must be a fool for wanting to go to war." And guess what? Abraham Lincoln did not fire him or, act out in anger. He said, for this man to call me a fool, it means I really must be a fool, because this man, when it comes to matters of warfare, combat, military action, he's wiser than me. So that's a man who knows how to swallow his pride. All right, next one. This one is from a man called Jack Welch, former legendary CEO of General Motors. He says that before you become a leader, you chase the growth of your own success. You chase your own success or your own growth. But when you become a real leader, you chase the growth and success of others. I'll take it again. Jack Welch says, before you become a great leader, you are chasing your own success and your own growth. But after you become a leader, you are not chasing your own success and growth. You are chasing the success and growth of others. And that's so true. Real leaders are people that are selfless. They are big on empathy. They are big on, seeing other people win and winning along. Making sure that they take people along in the growth journey. So that's the third great leadership quote I heard from Jack Welch. All right, the next one is from a guy called Jim Collins. This is amazing. This one is amazing. He says, there's a difference between leadership and power. He says, when you have power, people follow you because they don't have a choice. But when you are a real leader, people follow you even when they have a choice not to follow you. I need to repeat that. Jim Collins says that there's a difference between leadership and power. In power, people follow you because they don't have a choice. But when you are leading as a real leader, people follow you in spite of the fact that they don't have to follow you. And you need to ask yourself, if you are watching this, do people follow me even when they have a choice not to? If people had better offers, would they still remain at my company? Think of that. Do people come to my church as a pastor because they don't have a choice? If they had a choice, would they still come to my church? If people had a choice to vote for certain African leaders, would they still vote for? Or do people follow just because a leader rigged an election? May the Lord give you understanding. Selah, think more about it. So that's the fourth one from Jim Collins. The final one is from Jim Rohn, legendary self-help guru. He says, a manager sees you as you are. A leader sees you much more than you are. I need to take that again. The difference between a manager and a leader is that a manager sees you as you are. He sees a house help as a house help. He sees a clerk as a clerk. He sees a messenger as a messenger. But a leader sees you more than you are. So a leader sees a messenger or a clerk and sees them as a future CEO. A leader sees a steward and sees in that steward a Fortune 500 or a Forbes billionaire. A leader sees more than you are. A manager sees you as you are, but a leader sees you more than you are. As the leader of your household, do you see your wife as she is, or do you see her more than she is? Do you see your children as they are, or do you see them more than they are? As a pastor of a church, do you see your congregation as they are? Sister Agnes is in choir, she's a choir man. Brother Dele is a prayer warrior. Or do you see more than they are? Jesus saw Peter and he says, man, I see this man as a mega church preacher. He's not just a fisherman. Do you see them more than they are? If you run a company, do you see the entry-level staff as entry-level staff, or do you see them more than they are? These are 5 powerful leadership quotes, 5 of the best, my best leadership quotes. Let me just give you 2 more quotes. This is like honorary mention. It goes like this. Benjamin Franklin said that when it comes to style, you can swim with the trends, but in matters of principle, stand like a rock. I'll take it again. He says, in matters of style, you can move with the trends, but in matters of principle, you must stand like a rock. That is so powerful. And then Martin Luther King says, real leaders, they don't seek consensus, they mold consensus. Kai! Martin Luther King says, real leaders, they don't seek consensus, they mold consensus. So they don't follow the crowd follows them. I hope this works well for you. Do have an amazing day and bye for now. Hi there, I'm Adekomi Olusonya, publisher of the Immersion Bible, and I will get you addicted to the Word of God. Line upon line, precept upon precept. If you want access to any of my books, products, training or coaching services, scan the link right here. And Kemi sends her love. Do have an amazing day and bye for now.